King Gamer. Today we are watching every Fortnite collab item ranked by top 5 game. Make sure you check them out in links in the description. And let's watch this.
Today I'm ranking every collab item in Fortnite. There are 94 unique
94?
crossovers in this tier list. Some
Dang.
have been very bad, while ones like Godzilla are amazing.
Yeah, Godzilla was always so fun to
Transforming into a giant
use.
monster shooting laser beams and obliterating buildings, A tier. Ice Spice's rifle. Looking past the bad live event and cringe POI, the mythics were just copies. It was Sky's gun from chapter 2 with the spicy effect. C tier because it's still a scar. The grappler wasn't much better, especially with the icy feed, but with unlimited charges, it lands at C. Juice World even got his own exotic chug cannon the same season.
Oh.
But it takes up 2 spaces,
yeah, it
so
did.
B tier. Eminem easily had the best mythic this season, especially when we found out it
I don't get how this gun can fit in one spot, but the Juice World one fits in two. Like, that's so weird. Like, I don't know why.
Come on, it's
Oh, yeah, that's
awesome.
so good.
A tier. Comparing it to Snoop Dogg's drum gun, it just doesn't hold up. Plus,
Yeah.
it's like the 50th time we've gotten a new drum gun in the games.
I actually like the Midas drum gun from chapter 6 season 2. That one's like really good. Like, I use it all the time. It's like my favorite drum gun. Or my favorite
A
gun.
tier. Sorry, Snoop. Although the double G bomb was actually pretty good. Instead of a regular boogie bomb, you dropped it like it's hot. Like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it. You bumped up to B for that one. They really
Alright.
dropped an entire Saw collab, and Boom Billy was cool, but then this.
Oh, yeah,
happened.
I remember actually going to Boom Billy's house. I mean, Billy's house? Not Boom Billy's house, oh my gosh. I actually remember going there, and I touched the TV, and this dude literally chased me. My heart literally dropped. I got so terrified.
Mythics we've ever had, and it was worth it. The animation was insane, and it was basically
Oh, yeah, this was
game over
good.
when you got it. Congrats to our first S tier.
You were like-
Iron
you
Man's
were like a
combat
god.
Kid. What's better than combining a unibeam and repulsors? You really can't go wrong. So anything
Yeah.
less than A would be criminal. It was outshined by his flight kit, being able to literally fly around as Iron Man. It's what we all dreamed of doing back in 2018. S tier all day. Shuri's Black Panther claws.
Ugh.
I mean, they were decent for rotating because
Yeah,
you
they
could
were
super
like
sprint,
good for
but the
rotating,
damage
but like
speaks for
the
itself.
attack damage was like terrible. People could literally one shot
I'll
you to
throw
the
it in
head.
C for mobility. Gwenpool's dual micro SMGs. I mean, the regular version was already good, but Gwenpool's absolutely shredded people.
Yeah, they were
It's
good.
under
They were like
gold,
really good,
though,
but
B tier. When you have an item as ridiculous as the
gold was
two
like really
ultra
easy to
armor,
get in that
picking up a
season.
Monarch
I don't know
pistol,
why.
It just feels terrible.
Yeah, I
I'd say
hated that
most
one.
of
I
us
never
just
actually
left
picked
on
it
the
up.
ground. Nope.
I always got replaced by the Doom Gauntlets. I never even picked up that gun. That gun like sucked. I hated it. Like,
Left behind Cap Shield though. Epic straight up gave this
Those are the
aimbot,
worst than ever.
Not to mention you could
Captain
bounce it
America
off
shield-
walls
Captain America
and
shield's
summon
really
it back
good.
to you through builds. We have another S tier just for the pure chaos. Emma Frost's Striker Burst AR. Not gonna lie, this was one of the best guns in years, except she's known for her superpowers, and for her collab to just be an existing gun, kinda lame, C tier. Mysterio
Yeah.
can clone himself, but your reward for fighting him is a sovereign shotgun,
Ugh.
C.
Like, I'm not saying like I
Yeah,
hate
this looked
it.
good on paper.
It wasn't the best gun compared to the one from chapter 5 season 2. The Cerberus shotgun. That one was really good, but I'm not saying this one was bad. It's just not as good as the other one.
The idea of a gun that could kill enemies without you even pressing a button? Decent for zero build, bad for BR. That's another C tier. Don't cast aside War Machine just yet. His other collab items
Oh,
were
yeah.
elite.
I actually
Had
did a
the
video on
Arsenal, which is like a
this.
non-stop mini RPG, and I'll give this one
It was
A
so
before
good.
we move on to the hover jet. Gotta be the greatest jetpack Fortnite
Yep.
has ever added to the game. Long hover time, an insane amount of fuel, canceling it to drop on people with no fall damage. S tier.
And they had that
So, one
mobility
end of the
really good.
season, we had Doom's armor, and the other end had his dinky pistol. Right in the middle, we have Doom's arcane gauntlets. Meant to be a combination of his old mythics, except they totally nerfed him, so I'll give it a B.
Yeah.
Nuka-Cola is now in
Oh, that
Fortnite.
was so
Healed
good.
you for 25 HP and 75 shield. Not too shabby at all, but other than that, it was basically just a slurp juice, so let's do C for cola here.
Yeah, but
The
you were able to
laser
pick up 2 of them. I don't know if that changes anything. 'Cause I think you can pick up like multiple slurp juices. I think I didn't play during that time, but Oh, this
A
gun.
Fallout collab item that you could actually use in a
I totally
fight.
remember
The
this
original
one.
games are full of wacky guns, and yet instead of getting something cool like the Fat Man launcher, Fortnite gave us a laser gun. C-tier?
Yeah, I hate
Not
that
gonna
one.
lie, the ship in a bottle, when you used it correctly, was
Oh my gosh, it's
brutal.
my
It was a
favorites. I
massive
love
wrecking
doing
ball that
this.
could do over 5,000 damage to builds. Problem is, it was huge, people could see it from miles away, and it did like 50 damage to players. The last thing we
Yeah, it was like really good for like getting like weapons. Like, you know, if like you're looking for like a bunch of weapons at like a really good place and you can't find a chest, just use that and boom.
during a Wasteland season was the appearance of Metallica. Actually, it does make sense. But
Yeah.
we weren't expecting them to get their own mythic. Ride the
That was really,
lightnings
I
and
was
electric
actually really
guitar,
cool.
that
I
was
actually
insanely
loved that
unique.
guitar. It was a
Turned you
great
into
mobility
lightning
movement.
bolt and was good for rotating. So I'll give it a B for coolness.
But not the last storm though.
A lot of fans forgot
Oh,
this even
I
existed.
loved
You
the
could do 95
Mysterio.
damage
This was
per
like
second,
crazy.
400 HP shield ability, and gave you low gravity. Only lasted
Yeah,
a
this
few
is
updates
good.
before
I loved
halted,
it.
But this thing is going in A. Welcome to the Avatar Rapid Fire Round.
Oh, I love the Avatar ones. I actually remember playing that. It was like really good. Like I got the what's a combo? That's the Fortnite. That's Fortnite's. That big furry looking creature. I actually have him as a glider. They're actually in the shop. They're actually in the shop today.
A tier. Airbending was more used
I
as
think
a
so. I think it's
rotation
still in the
tool,
shop
being
today.
more of a vehicle than anything. I'll still give it an A tier. Then we had items like fire bending. Somehow you couldn't set anything on fire, and it didn't have great damage. C.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Them all. Literally, no one picked this up, and it was vaulted
Yeah.
for half the season. Sorry, Toph, you're going in D. Now, it wasn't
Oh.
just Avatar. We also randomly got Chewbacca this season. You would get his mythic Wookiee bowcaster for
I actually didn't pick that. I actually didn't even pick that up.
At America's beverage companies,
Our bottles might still look the same,
but they can be remade
really
in a whole
ads?
new way. We're getting bottles
I'm just gonna
back.
cut the ads. I'm just gonna cut the ads out and we'll get right back to the video.
But
Alright, we're back. I cut out the ads so you don't have to worry about seeing them in this video. Alright, let's go. Let's
was
finish
pretty
this.
mid with both its attacks.
Yeah.
They actually did it. They gave Peter Griffin a mythic item. Instead of it being anything
actually never
unique,
played-
it was just a hammer.
I don't
pump.
remember
It
playing
still
there
gets
this
a B,
time.
though, because it was the best shotty of the season.
Really?
I can't lie, when Solid Snake dropped, there was really only one item they had to make. The mythic cardboard box. Pretty cool, but players never really fell for it. So sorry,
Yeah.
Snake, it gets an F. He did kind of redeem himself with the EMP stealth camo, arguably one of the best times Fortnite has tried to add invisibility, especially because using it would stun enemies and disable vehicles. At the end of the day, though, it is still an invisibility item, and for that, it gets a D grade. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collab. They
I actually played
went the
during this
extra
time,
mile
though.
with this and added all 4 items for each turtle. We had Leo's katana, where you could chain combos and use double jumps. Then we had
Alright.
Raphael's sai, which were the same. Nunchucks, which were the same. Donatello's staff, which were the same. So yeah,
Oh.
we'll give it a C. At
They're all
least
the
brought some
same?
pizza to the
Dang.
party, but I'm not even joking. This was basically the same item, but with nerfed health and a turtle logo on it. D. Okay, that last season wasn't the best for collab items, but maybe this will be better. Let's see. We've got Bender's shiny metal ray gun.
Oh, that was terrible. I didn't even play that at that time, but that looks
The
terrible.
Cybertron cannon. Now we're talking.
Ooh.
What better way to celebrate Optimus Prime's release than a mythic explosive? And the best part, it's not a reskin. With its solid damage, knockback, mobility, I gotta give it a good rank.
Dang.
Want to go A here? It did only have 2
Wait,
charges.
is that what it
so
works
gets
with
a
ice
strong
claws?
B.
Is that what it works with ice
Rocky's
wings?
Wall. This is one of those rare
Oh
Fortnite
my
items that is made
gosh,
entirely
bro! I love My Hero. I actually never even knew this existed. Like, I didn't know My Hero until like a few months after this was maybe like a year or 2 after this was out. And when I checked back on, I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna get those My Hero skins again. But I didn't know they would come back every time back in the item shop, which was really good.
So
I was like really lucky to have that.
Never
Was
really
back.
needed it. Although for zero build it was pretty good, but let's go C. I bet
Alright.
a lot of you totally forgot the Hollow Purple existed. It
Oh.
was part of the Jujutsu Kaisen collab, and yet it was a remake of a previous anime mythic. It worked just like Deku Smash, leading fans to think, wait a second, these 2 completely different animes are being recycled. So D. As for the other JJK item, the straw doll technique was kind
Oh.
of similar to the paper kunai, but all of that was undone by the fact it only had 3 charges and did no damage.
Dang.
Straight down to F. Attack on Titan's ODM gear. Not gonna
Oh,
lie,
that looks
one
cool.
of the best mobility items we've ever seen. Some even say this is better than Spidey's web shooters because you
Oh.
get attacked. I have to
Oh,
put
yeah,
this
it
in
is
S
better.
tier, they were cooking.
I wish I would've
Sort of
played
a
during that
shame about
time
the
to
Thunder
get
Spears,
those.
though. Cool idea, but on their own, no one really used them, so D tier. Force abilities. All right, let's start off with Push, the best of them all. It was
Alright.
so fun to use that most of the time the end game was just people pushing each other into the storm. So, hey, throwing, it was pretty cool to launch rocks at people, not gonna lie. Let's go.
But
B
it's
for this
pretty easy
one.
to get
As
beamed.
for Force Bowl, oof, this was a way to grab enemies towards you, but it had no damage, straight F.
Oh, yeah, I
DC-15
used to get one
blaster
pumped.
rifle was also pretty bad, although it turned from an F to a D all thanks to the higher damage. Deku Smash. You know how earlier I called the Hollow Purple a ripoff of this?
Ka-chow.
That's because this was so good. Most of us would probably lean S tier, and that's until you realize how easy it was to get shot while using it. I'll still give it an A.
Okay, I'm about to say, I'm like, don't put my favorite anime down like that. But it didn't. You put it up in A, it's good. As long as it wasn't B.
It still counts, and if we're being honest, let's just keep it at that. The Crow
Alright.
season had a lot of problems, so you probably forgot about its single collab item, and it was in the Cypher PK Cup. Was
Oh.
the Trap Tower a throwback to Cypher's classic
Oh,
build that
really?
trolled enemies? I put this higher, but the fact it was exclusive to a single tournament loses points. Still a solid C, though. Now it's time for Dragon Ball and its mythic Nimbus.
Oh my
Prime.
gosh,
Who
I've been
doesn't love
watching Dragon
canceling
Ball. I've been watching Dragon Ball Super a lot more. And I love Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball now. Like, I'm only like on episode like not even 30. Not even episode 30.
One pumping enemies
It's like a
from the
really good
sky.
anime, I love it.
But 20 seconds
It's like my top
cooldown, and the
3
fact It was
favorite.
identical to Silver Surfer's board. Let's go B. Now, Dragon
Alright.
Ball also gave
Oh,
us the
yeah, the
Kamehameha.
Kamehameha.
I love it because it was also the downfall of other Fortnite YouTubers.
This player tried to Kamehameha me. What did he say?
What? It's not Kamehameha. It's Kamehameha. Oh my gosh, why do
So
they
we
keep
all know the
saying
Kamehameha.
that?
For the pure chaos, we are going.
Call
S
your
tier.
mom.
Another thing you probably forgot about was the existence of Nathan Drake's
Bro,
map.
what?
Because no one really cared about a reskin.
Imagine
treasure
somebody
map.
saying, "Call your mama."
Darth Vader's lightsaber. They took an
Call
already
your
solid
mama
item and let you
hot.
grow it. Who doesn't love that?
What
all
the?
day.
Why you gotta be
In fact,
crazy,
we
bro?
went 2 entire seasons and only one collab item was
I
introduced.
can't believe people are getting it wrong. It's a Kamehameha. Watch the anime if you want to say it right.
Spider-Man's web shooters. It was so good that
It's like an
Fortnite
adult
didn't wanna
reviewing
take it
a,
away,
hor-
so they turned it
a
into
horror
grapple
game
glove
toy,
once
like
the
Poppy
season was
Playtime or
over.
Rainbow
Easily
Friends, and they don't even know what the
most
characters
S-tier
do.
item on the list.
Like,
Venom
oh my
Carnage
gosh.
showed up out of nowhere with insane items, letting you
Ooh.
grab people through builds and just eliminate them. High up in the A tier. The Paper Bomb Kunai. Did you know that this was actually the first mythic that you could buy from an NPC? Very cool fact, considering no one ever wanted to buy it. F. The collab season. You'd think we get plenty of items, but no, most of them belong to the Mandalorian.
Oh.
Like the Ambit sniper rifle was pretty bad as far as snipers go. It had weird fall off, and the thermal was a novelty. In fact, it was only good as a melee item. As for his jetpack, you had to wipe out the Mando boss, and it was the first time jetpacks could actually stay in place while you aimed your gun. Pretty solid. The 11 blaster rifle, well, I think we already established that these are not that great. Neither are invisibility items, including the most iconic of all, Predator's cloaking device. Gotta say, if this is what Predator was using to hunt down people, he would have lasted like 2 seconds before getting one pumped. Instant F. We have another cup mythic. This time around, we had Laser Beam's Flight Knock pistol. You
Oh.
can send people and yourself flying across the island, but again, why was this just part of a tournament? I'd love to use this more Fortnite because now I gotta put it in B. The classic Marvel season truly innovated what
Ooh.
collab mythics could be. There are so
I
many
actually
super-
really wish I would have played during this time, because I really wanted this chick. It's like getting any skin you want for free, as long as you kill somebody that has that skin.
Powers like She-Hulk's
It was so
fists,
good.
which were fun to use, but not as powerful as fans wanted. At least we had Wolverine's claws, letting you spin attack and regenerate health. Easily an A-tier item,
Ooh.
but sadly, not all of them were instant hits. Black Panther only brought kinetic armor to the game, which was just a way to give yourself temporary shield for like 5 seconds. Usually, I put this low, but then the armor would explode and knock people back. That part was pretty cool, so let's go with D. As
Alright.
for the Stark Industries rifle, it kind of gives me the same vibes as the Star Wars blasters, which is making me want to put it low, but it did have way better accuracy and great damage, so
Really?
I'm honestly thinking B for this. His jetpack, that's a different story. It was just a reskin version of the normal jetpack, and to make it worse, when fuel ran out, you took fall damage. I'm sorry,
Oh.
this is going into D. The Galactus Gorger Gatherer.
Not even the one
Drone.
I
This is
Sacrifice
straight
Season
up
4 didn't
no-
even do that. Like, that's
New gear for
crazy.
this,
Like, that's
going
like
in
a really bad
fraction.
item. Oh, whoa.
Whirlwind Blast. Great for builds, terrible for players. Basically a mythic impulse grenade, so I gotta go D for this one. I mean, man, these marble items kinda sucked looking back on it, but wait, what is this beautiful gift from the heavens? So, the euphoria of that didn't last long, considering now I have to grade Groot's Bramble Shield. Let's be honest here. If this thing didn't glitch and send players out of the map, no one would remember it. It's the very definition of C tier. Oh, and Silver Surfer's board? Well, if I put Nimbus Cloud and B, I guess I gotta stay consistent here. Aha! Some do mythics that aren't total garbage. The old Arcane Gauntlets were even better than his updated ones.
Really?
Fortnite really had these in the wild with no cooldown and an air boost, solidifying it in A.
Oh, I'd be
There was
fun
his
to
other
mess with
ability,
people.
the Mystical Bomb, and well, I kind of might have set myself on fire with this a few times by accident, and I'm still not over it. You're getting B, buddy. We were all waiting to hear about Thor's superpower. Surely they would let us walk around with Mjolnir, striking people down with it. Well, that's until you realize it was a glorified junk rip. Come on, guys, I really didn't want to give this a C, but I have to. Same reason I'm giving the OG Venom Mythic a C. It's just kind of disappointing compared to the potential, especially knowing what this would eventually become. You guys might be thinking that Deadpool's hand cannons were awesome. Who doesn't like dual deagles? Clearly Epic doesn't because they didn't do these justice at all. D tier.
Really?
The Kingsman Umbrella. Let's be honest here, 80% of you watching this never even got to use this thing, and Fortnite never acknowledged it even
I'm one of those
existed.
people.
But based on the cool vibes alone, you get a B. Who doesn't love lightsabers? A. But another blaster rifle Fortnite, just please stop.
Oh my
We're getting
goodness.
closer to the earlier Fortnite seasons, and the collabs become a little more meaningful because there weren't many.
Really?
Take Batman, for example. Not only did this guy get an entire tilted POI, Fortnite also gave him a grapnel gun that felt straight out of the Arkham games.
Whoa.
Let's go A for Arkham.
That goes up
It is
pretty high,
explosive,
long.
but I really don't want to put this in B for Batarang, but okay, I'm slightly putting it here because of that. Borderlands is here, and they brought a cash item. Can't wait to be rich in Fortnite. I'm gonna buy so much stuff, but wait, you can't buy anything? It has no function at all? Now
Oh.
we're getting real OG, and it was at this time Fortnite introduced the first ever Marble Mythic.
It's Break Bomber.
Quick fire round. Buried treasure, literally just a way to get items. D, Stormbreaker. Now this is how you make a Thor Mythic. A, Hawkeye's bow, surprisingly more interesting.
Man, the
than
Fortnite people
superhero
lo-
it's
the
based
Fortnite
on.
creators must
A,
love,
Atari Jetpack.
they must
Who
really
cares?
love,
D,
Marvel.
Energy rifle, get out of here. And I kind of forgot they had an energy launcher too. I mean, no one really dreams about playing as the Shatari, but it does get a B.
Yeah.
May I present to you, the Infinity Blade, a mythic so powerful that it caused people to quit Fortnite, and it's all because Epic wanted to collab with themselves. Lesson learned, I
That's
guess.
crazy.
We'll give it an A for how busted it was.
What's the last one?
What was the first ever collab?
Yes!
That's the
I
Infinity
wish I would have
Gauntlet,
played
and it's still
during
the
this
most sought after
time. It
one
was
to
so
this day.
good.
Just showing the old gameplay of this, I bet you're twitching, desperate to get your hands on it. I mean, how fun does this look? And you probably won't ever get to use it. We throw this in super high in S tier to complete our list of Fortnite's collab items. But one last thing. All right, now that is bad.
Alright, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And check out Type 5 Gaming. Like I said, really cool channel. I watch them all the time. And I'll see you all next time. Peace.